Hey everyone, I hope you've had a chance to either look at this revenue share calculator spreadsheet, which you can download from inside the course on my website, or seen the video where I do the calculations on this revenue share spreadsheet. But this little video is for the purpose of illustrating to you what the impact of your daily disciplines will be, or your weekly discipline around inviting people to join the Wednesday morning webinar with you will be. Okay, so I'm going to strongly suggest that you work with a weekly goal. For example, and that's what this number at the top here is in the little blue box, if you just have the bare minimum goal of inviting one agent per week to attend the model explained with you 10 o'clock on a Wednesday morning, what will that mean for your income in 5 years' time? So we're looking at a 5-year plan to build yourself a passive income on the revenue share. Okay, so if you were to make one invitation per week, then, and you did that 50 weeks a year, you would, in the course of a year, invite 50 agents to attend the model explained with you. Now, my own experience is that of 10 people that I get onto the model explained with me, I will sponsor at least one of them. It's actually a bit more than 10%, but let's just go conservatively with a 10% success rate. So if you have invited 50 people in a year by making one invitation a week, and you have a 10% success rate on that, you will then, at the end of that year, have sponsored 5 people onto your front line or your tier 1. And if you do that for 5 years in a row, you will then have sponsored 25 people on your front line at the end of 5 years. Okay, this is the power of consistency. It does not take long to make a quick phone call each week to say, hey, it's Steve Johnston. I loved working with you on our recent transaction, and I want you to take a look at something with me that I'm excited about. It's a new platform in real estate. Incredible technology. This company is compensating agents in an absolutely remarkable way, and I want you to have a look at it with me on Wednesday morning. Can you attend the webinar? Okay, it doesn't take long to do that once a week. And then obviously there is a little bit of work after the webinar to then follow up with them. Hey, how did you enjoy it? What's your interest levels? What most excited you about it? Okay, I tell you what, go through some of the material that Stephen emailed you after the webinar, because everyone who attends that webinar gets that follow-up email automatically. And let's book a time to talk on Friday, on Monday. Always book a follow-up appointment. Okay, do a Google meeting or something with them 3 or 4 days after they've attended. And that gives them a chance to go through some of those other resources. And my experience is 1 out of 10 of them at least will be so excited that you're not going to have to push hard. They'll say, this is amazing. This sounds great. I'm really excited. Okay, so you do that consistently. Just once a week, you make a call. You do that for 5 years. This is what will happen. Now, the income is down here. If you sponsor 25, and I'm going to also be very conservative on what we think the growth is going to be down line. I've seen other people's businesses internationally that have grown, and the numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger as you go down to their second tier, their third tier, their fourth tier. It gets more and more. But we're just going to say each of those 25 introduce 2, each of them introduce 1, 1, 1, and 1. In 5 years, they only introduce one person, each of those people. If that's what happened at the end of 5 years, you'll be earning just short of 3 million Rand a year in passive income. Now, let's change this number at the top here. What if you were to make 2 phone calls per week? Just 2. Let's change that number to 2 and see what it does. Well, your revenue share jumps up to just under 6 million Rand per year. Passive income by making 2 phone calls per week for the next 5 years. I like this calculation because it's not get rich quick. It does take a little bit of work, and it's a 5-year plan. But I'd like you to show me something that can, over the next 5 years, produce that kind of passive income for you for the rest of your life. All right, so I hope that's motivating for you to set yourself a weekly goal and stick to it on the number of phone calls you make. Because the beauty of this is you're not having to focus on anything else here. You don't have to control what happens in your second tier and your third tier, fourth tier, and all of that. You know what you control? Making 2 phone calls a week. That's what you control. And I love looking at it that way because I think it's quite motivating. All right, go forth and multiply.